Namaskar and good evening, everyone. Once again, on this wonderful platform of Indian Accounting Association, we are here together. I apologize, everyone. There was some minor problem in the network or in the computer systems. That is why we were in the mid of the lecture, and 10 more minutes were needed to complete the lecture of supply analysis for today. But there was some minor interruption. I apologize to all the students. On behalf of everyone, I am apologizing. And once again, we will start. I will focus on the screen. And here we were there on this wonderful platform of Indian Accounting Association, Thane chapter. We were doing economics, and we started the today's lecture at 6:35 until 8:30 or 8:35. We were doing very nicely, friends. But due to some technical error, there was a lapse in the network connection, or maybe due to some technical reasons of computer failure, hardware systems or software systems. We completed very beautifully in today itself. We completed chapter 3b, elasticity of demand. We completed, and we were on the midway of the chapter of supply analysis. I will directly go to the screen where we were doing. We started supply analysis, friends. We have already completed elasticity of demand, and we were doing this. We were doing determinants. We were doing of supply. So let us once again continue to what are the determinants of supply, and I had flashed all the determinants. Price of commodity is the first very important determinant. Friends, price is a very important factor influencing the supply of commodity. More quantities are supplied at a higher price and less quantities are supplied at the lower price. Thus, friends, after every graph we have written this statement. This statement is very important. Okay, thus there is a direct relationship between price and quantity supplied. State of technology, friends. Technology improvement reduces the cost of production, which leads to an increase in production and supply. Third factor on the screen is there. Third determinant is cost of production. If the factor price increases, that is four factors we have seen before the network got disrupted. There was a technical failure, maybe. So, what are the factors of production? What are the four factors we are already knowing? Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. The cost of production is also increases if the factor cost are increasing, and hence as a result, production cost will increase, so supply will decrease. Because cost will increase, so demand will decrease, so naturally supply will decrease. Infrastructural facilities. Infrastructural facilities are in the form of electricity, various communication, transportation. These influence the production process as well as supply process. Shortage of these facilities decrease the supply, and it is vice versa. Then fifth point, that is the fifth determinant, as you can see on the your screen, is the government policy. Now let us see what is government policy. Policy means plans. Favorable government policies may encourage supply, and unfavorable government policies may discourage the supply. Government policies like taxations are there, various industrial policies are there, subsidies are there. These may encourage or discourage the production and supply depending upon the government policies and its measure. Natural conditions, maybe agriculture in our India is going on through mainly depend on rain. So rain is more or less will affect the agricultural products, and it is depend upon the natural conditions, and hence good monsoon and the favorable climatic condition will result in a good produce as well as good harvest, so that there will be supply, very good supply of agricultural products, and will increase the unfavorable, and unfavorable climatic condition will lead to the decrease in supply. Seventh point on the flash on the screen already is future expectation about price. If the prices are expected to rise in the near future, the producer may withhold, may, it is written, may withhold the stock, thus will reduce the supply, and vice versa. Other factors are there, friends, which I will flash it on your screen, friends. This includes nature of market written on your screen. I'll read a little bit close by. Relative prices of other goods, export and imports, industrial relations, availability of factors of production, etc. If all the factors are favorable, supply of commodity is more, and it is vice versa. So this is what are the thing. And now these all things, we understood the introduction, we understood the meaning, we understood the individual supply schedule, and we plotted into individual supplied curve. Then we saw market supply schedule, then we plotted that same table, hypothetical table example, we plotted on the graph. We saw the determinants. These all are slowly taking us to the law of supply. So naturally the next topic is law of supply, as I flash on your screen. The law of supply is also a fundamental principle of economic theory like law of demand. It was introduced by Professor Alfred Marshall Searle in his books Principles of Economics, which was published in the year 1890. As we all are knowing, the law of supply is a functional relationship between the quantity and the price, or price and the quantity supplied, not demanded. These statement, let us see the statement of the law. Other things being constant, see, this word is very important. So there will be assumptions and there will be exceptions, as we have already discussed in the law of demand also. Other things being constant, that is ceteris paribus, it is also called as, higher the price of our commodity, more is the quantity supplied, and lower the price of the commodity, less is the quantity supplied, is the law of supply. I repeat once again, other things being constant, higher the price of a commodity, price higher, more the quantity supplied, and lower the price, lower. There demand, price high, uh, demand low, price low, demand high. But no, here the price high, so supply also is higher, lower the price, commodity, less is quantity supplied. In other words, other factors remaining constant, a rise in price results in rise in quantity supplied, and vice versa, it is told, friends. Okay, so here hence we understood what, there is a direct relationship between price and quantity supplied. Symbolically it is written as s of x is equal to function of p of x, where x is nothing but a simple commodity, that is goods, while p is the price, s is the supplied, and f is the function, that is some relationship. Now it is written very clearly, other things remaining constant, and as I said, other things remaining constant, ये शब्द आया, मुझे क्या होने वाला है, certain assumptions will be there and certain exceptions will be there. So first let us see the assumption of the law. So next topic I flash on your screen is assumption of the law. First let us complete this and assumptions of the law. First assumption is constant cost of production. Second is constant technique of production. Then there is no change in weather conditions, no change in the government policy, no change in the transportation cost. Prices of other goods remain constant, and no future expectations. So these are the there. We will now see each one in detail. It is assumed that there is no change in the cost of production. A change in cost of production will affect the profits of seller, and hence less quantity will be supplied at the same price. Constant technique of production. It is also assumed that technique of production does not change. Improved technique of production may lead to an increase in production. This in turn may lead to increase in the supply of the price. Third point is no change in weather condition. It is assumed that there is no change in the weather condition. Natural calamities like floods, earthquakes, etc. may decrease supply. Fourth point is no change in government policy. It is also assumed that government policies like taxation, trade policy, etc. also remains unchanged. Fifth point is change in transport cost. It is assumed that there is no change in the condition of transport facilities and transport cost. For example, better transport facility increases supply at the same price, friends. Next is sixth, as you can see on the screen, is prices of other goods will remain constant. Prices, this is one of the assumptions. Sixth assumption is this: prices of other goods are assumed to remain constant. If there is change in law of law of supply may not hold true because producer may transfer resources to the other products. Seventh and the last point is no future expectation. The law also assumes that the sellers do not expect future changes in the price of the product. Law of supply is explained diagrammatically, and now we will डू इट ऑन योर स्क्रीन. बट डायग्राम करने से पहले हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा, सप्लाई शेड्यूल करना पड़ेगा. तो लेट अस सी द सप्लाई शेड्यूल. as you can see 10 to 50, just it is similar to individual supply curve and individual supply schedule, same replica of it is. Okay, so orange, you can see on your screen, orange is there. Orange column is the price 10 to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and right one is the green one, that is supply of commodity in kgs. 10, 20, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. We'll have to, now this table, we'll have to have a comment on the table. The supply schedule on the screen, friends, explains functional relationship between price and commodity. Lower the price, lower the quantity supplied, and higher the price, higher the quantity supplied. At lowest price obtained, the quantity is also lowest at 100 kg, and at the higher price 50, it is a 50 500 kg. So that is why now we will convert this into a graphical representation. We will do, friends. Supply curve, we will label x-axis and we will label y-axis, and we will write origin, price and quantity. Here demanded नहीं आएगा, मैंने क्या बोला था आपको डिमांड में, quantity supplied in kgs. Friends, we'll label it the markings on the y-axis and as well as also on the x-axis. What markings we have done? 10, 20, 30, 40. So on y-axis we'll write 1 centimeter is equal to rupees 10. You can write 2 centimeters is also equal to 10. 2 centimeters gap also you can take, friends. Here also, if you are taking 2 centimeter gap here also on the x-axis you take 2 centimeter. On x-axis I have taken 1 centimeter is equal to 100 kgs. You can take in your notebook 2 centimeter is equal to 100 kgs. And we'll plot 10 to 100, 20 to 200, 30 to 300, 40 to 400, 50 to 500. This we will be taking and we will be plotting it. Of course it will, we are not going to touch it to origin, but if you touch it will pass through the origin. So this is how we will do it. We'll label it SS supply curve, and then we will label, okay, it is going sloping upwards. So I will flash that arrow on your screen. Friends, this arrow, indication of the arrow, the graph, the diagram is meaningless, friends, if you forget or if you do not do this arrow. This arrow is very important. It gives the complete meaning. Certain examiners may take this entire diagram as invalid if the arrows are not there. Explanation, that commentary we will see. The friends, the graph on a screen is what? It is nothing but a graphical representation of the supply schedule, which is converted into supply curve, which, as I told you, this indicates that quantity is shown on the quantity supplied is shown on the base x-axis, and price is shown on vertical y-axis. SS is the supply curve or supply graph which slopes upward from left to right. This shows, this statement is very important, as I tell you. This shows or this indicates a direct relationship between price and quantity supplied. Now other things remaining constant, तो इधर क्या रहेगा, assumption हुआ तो क्या होगा, exception of the laws. So let us see the exceptions of the laws are there that we are going to see, friends. First, I am flashing on the screen supply of labor, friends. Second is agricultural goods. Third, friends, urgent need for cash. Fourth is perishable goods. Fifth one is rare goods. Barabar? So now let us see one by one in detail. Let me go to you in the reverse order. Supply of labor. Labor supply is the total number of hours that workers tend to work at a given price or given wage rate. It is represented graphically by supply curve. Yes, you can represent it graphically by taking hypothetical example. Graph banana hai, curve banana hai. So what you will have to do? You will have to take a hypothetical example, which we are taking. In case of labor, as the wage rate rises, the supply of labor hours would increase. So supply curve slopes upwards. Supply of labor falls with a further rise in wage rate, and supply curve of the labor bends backward. Now ये important इधर backward आने वाला है वो देखना. You don't have to worry about forward and backward. Just plot the points properly and you will get the backward bending curve. This is because the workers would prefer leisure to work after receiving higher amount of wages. Thus, after a certain point when wage rate rises, the supply of labor tends to fall. So we are going to plot it. For that, we are going to take a hypothetical schedule. So first we'll go to the hypothetical schedule. We will be going. Yes, then we'll go in the reverse and see other things also we will be seeing. Friends, x and y graphical representation, we will see that on x and y axis wage rate, as you can see, come a little bit closer. Wage rate rupees in hours, 100, 200, 300 is taken. Hours of work per day is 5, 7 and 6. Total amount of wages 500, 1400 and 1800 is taken. Friends, these friends we will try to represent it graphically. So graphical representation, friends, we will be seeing axes are taken. Your x axis and your y axis is taken. We'll label x and y and origin, that will label. Then x axis will do the markings 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and here will be labeling because it in the schedule we have already seen what we have seen in the supply schedule. Matlab in the schedule of the labor hours 5 7 and 6. So don't directly start with 5. Book must have started, but then you directly doesn't start with 5. 0 is then origin is 0. So 1 2 3 4 5. So you have to go by that thing. And of course here is 100, 200 and 300 only it will be there. So that you do it. SAS1 backward bending labor curve, labor supply curve. That heading you do it, friends. Quantity supplied on the x axis while price on the y axis will be there, and then you label it. This is very important what you are doing. On y axis 2 centimeter is equal to 10 rupees 10, and on x axis 1 centimeter is rupees 100. That is very important to write. Then you plot 100 corresponds to 5, 200 to 7 and 300 to 6. Just plot it properly. You don't have to worry about it. You plot this and you will get it. So you have to join that 100 and 300 aisa nahi hai. First you have to join 100 and 200. So this you have to join first and then 200 to 300. So you will get backward. It's going and then it's bending. So label it as S1. So friends, the graph on your screen shows the supply of labor, that is hours of work on x-axis, and wage rate per hour on the y-axis. The curve on your screen SAS1 represents backward bending. It's going here, then it's bending. That is why it is called as backward bending supply curve of labor. Initially, when the wage rate is rupees 100 per hour, the hours of work is 5. The total amount of wages received is rupees 500. When wage rate rises from rupees 100 to rupees 200, hours of work will also rise from 5 to 7 hours. And total amount of wages would also rise from rupees 500 to rupees 1400. At this point, labor enjoys the highest amount, that is rupees 1400, and works for 7 hours. If wage rate rises further from rupees 200 to rupees 300, total amount of wages may rise, but the laborers will prefer leisure time and denies to work for extra hours. Thus, friends, labor is ready to work only for 6 hours. This indicates that labor is ready to work for 6 hours. At the point A, the supply curve bends backward, which becomes an exception to the law of supply, friends. So here with this we have elaborated the supply schedule and graph, but we'll go to the backward, and here you can see supply of labor is over. Now agricultural goods. The law of supply does not apply to the agricultural goods exceptions. As what we are studying, exception of the law of supply. Why it is does not apply? Because agricultural goods, as they are produced in a specific season, and their production depends on the weather condition, friends. Weather conditions are very important for that. There is some problem again. Okay, fine. Screen was flickering. So this does not apply to agricultural goods because as they are produced in a particular season and their production depends on the weather condition. Friends, due to unfavorable changes in weather, if the agricultural production is low, their supply cannot be increased even at the higher price, friends. Third point is, as you can see on the screen, urgent need for cash. We have already seen altogether. Each point we are focusing a little bit more. If the seller is in urgent need for hard cash, that seller may sell the products at which may even be below the market price. Fourth point is perishable goods. In case of perishable goods, the supplier would offer to sell more quantities at lower prices to avoid losses. For example, vegetables, eggs, etc. Fifth point is rare goods. The supply of rare goods cannot be increased or decreased according to its demand. Even if the price rises, supply remains unchanged. For example, rare paintings, old coins, antiques, goods, etc. Friends, now we are going to come to the penultimate topic of this chapter, that is variation in supply. It is a penultimate topic. Don't worry. I think so 10 more minutes and we'll end the lecture. Variation in supply, friends, that is the topic which we are going to. So supply of labor and everything we have seen, supply shade we have plotted. Once again you can see, because it was in the previous screen, so that is why I went in the reverse order. Next, I'm aware after this is variation in supply. Let us see this first. 100 to 5, 200 to 7, 300 to 6, and bending backward SS1. Variation in supply. Friends, when quantity supplied of a commodity varies due to change in price, I repeat, when quantity supplied of a commodity varies due to change in price, other factors remaining constant, it is known as variation in supply. And friends, there are two variation in supply. First is expansion of supply, and second is contraction of supply, as we have seen in demand also. This is similar to the law of demand, law of supply, little bit changes are there. Expansion of supply, let us zoom and see. Expansion of supply म्हणजे काय त्याचा अर्थ पाहूया. Expansion of supply refers to a rise in the quantity supplied due to a rise in the price of the commodity, other factors remaining constant. Expansion in supply leads to an upward movement of the same supply curve due to rise in price. Friends, it is explained with the help of the following diagram on your screen, which is going to come. Expansion of supply, again quantity supplied, I have written demanded, but it should be supplied. Price should be there, which is changed now. You can see I have changed it. Okay, price on the y-axis, expansion of supply, P and Q we are taking, and you see P becomes, there is rise, you see, this is very important, rise. It will be quantity supplied, and the arrow, which is not quantity demanded, it is quantity supplied. So here you can see, friends, from the screen you can observe that the graph SAS is the supply curve which slopes upwards. Quantity supplied is done on the x-axis, price on the y-axis. Quantity supply rises from OQ, OQ to OQ1, rise हुआ, which is a rise, and price rises from OP to OP1, resulting in upward movement from point M to N along the same supply curve SS. This is known as expansion of supply. Now let us go to the next, contraction of supply. I have written contraction of demand, but it is should be contraction of supply. Contraction of supply refers to a fall in quantity supplied due to fall in the price of the commodity, other factors remaining constant. In case of contraction of supply, there is a upward movement in the same supply curve. Friends, this illustration can be given once again over here. Yeah, here you can see. E is the price, Q is the quantity, N is the point. Now P say the price comes to P1 and quantity, because price law of supply क्या बोल रहा है, price गिरा तो quantity also supplied will be down. Here I am flashing on your screen, friends. Yes, now I'm stopping flashing. Then P1 Q1 will get point M. We'll join it by SS supply curve. It'll slope downwards. Arrows, as I told you, friends, arrows are very important. This is very, very important. Friends, from the graph on your screen, we can observe that SS is the supply curve which slopes downwards towards the origin. Quantity supplied is shown on the x-axis and the price on the y-axis. Quantity supplied falls from OQ, OQ say OQ2, which, and the price falls from OP to OP1, resulting in the downward movement from a point N to point M on the supply curve SS. This is known as contraction of demand. And finally, the last topic for today, friends, it comes when other factors change and the price remain constant. It is known as changes in supply. So we are going to see the changes in supply. Changes in supply have already flashed on your screen, is increase in supply and decrease in supply. Friends, first let us see increase in supply. Increase in supply refers to rise in the supply of a given commodity due to favorable changes in other factors such as fall in the price of inputs, fall in the tax rates, technology upgradation, etc. While price remains constant, the supply curve shifts to the right of the original supply curve. This can be demonstrated. Increase in supply, again on the x-axis quantity supplied, y price should be there. Let us take a point, hypothetical point P and Q. We are doing without scale. Scale is not required in this. When schedule is there, scale is required. You have to plot the points from the schedule. Here, without schedule, we are doing, so no scale. Approximation we will take P and Q. P is the price, Q is the quantity, either meeting at M. There is a supply curve. SS, that is the original supply curve. Once again, I will go reverse and I will flash. SS is the original supply curve. Now what we are doing? Increase. Increase in supply we are doing. Increase in supply, means quantity should increase. So here we will indicate it to the point M. Now there will be S1, S1. There will shift in supply curve. There will be shift. Shift in the supply curve, friends. So that is there. So on your screen, you can see that SS is the original supply curve. S1 is the shift of supply curve. Quantity supplied is shown on the x-axis. Price on the y-axis, same thing. Supply rises from OQ to OQ1, and at the same price. Price is constant. OP only. OP price is constant. This is resulting in outward shift of the original supply curve to the right from ss curve is there uske right mein s1 is there, and this is called as increase in supply. Finally, last subtopic, decrease in supply. Last 2 3 slides. Decrease in supply refers, 5 more minutes. Decrease in supply refers to a fall in the supply of a given commodity due to unfavorable changes in other factors such as increase in the price of inputs, increase in tax rate, outdated technology, strikes by worker, while price remains constant. The supply curve shifts towards the left. Now ओरिजिनल से क्या होगा, लेफ्ट, वो इंक्रीज हुआ तो राइट में, अभी लेफ्ट में देखेंगे of the original curve, and these can be explained on the screen as it is there. It should be decrease, reading should be decrease in supply should be there. So there should be there decrease. This is very important. And friends, what can you observe from the graph? From the graph on your screen, friends, comment तो लिखना ही पड़ेगा. We can observe that graph or the curve DD is the original demand curve, original supply curve. In fact, SS is the original supply curve. It shifts inwards from right from SS to S2 which indicates decrease in supply. And some concepts are there. Supply is a microeconomic concept, as we have seen in the demand also. Demand is a microeconomic concept. Supply refers to the quantity of the commodity that a seller is willing and is able to offer for the sale at a particular price during a certain period of time. Aggregate supply is a macroeconomic concept. It refers to the minimum amount of sale proceeds which entrepreneur expects to receive from the sale of output at a given level of the employment. Friends, this was your chapter supply analysis, friends, and we have completed this chapter. At the end of this chapter there is some concept of cost and revenue given, friends. I don't want you to learn that cost and revenue concept along with supply. We will take it as an isolated topic. Next lecture of OCM, which will be there, it is there on the 6th of December on Sunday. Along with that, we will take it as an isolated topic. OCM plus concepts of cost and revenue. These cost concepts and revenue concepts are very important from accounting point of view also. Accountancy also you are going to study in this: total cost, average cost, marginal cost, total revenue, average revenue, marginal revenue. So marginal costing, when you will be studying further, you will go in your FI, SY, TY, and then post graduation also you will be doing. So in cost and management accounting also, along with financial accounting, you will be studying cost concepts and revenue concepts. So I don't want you to merge this with supply analysis. So this I have taken as a separate topic and will be taking in the next lecture. Some formula also are there. I want you to understand that topic as an isolation with supply analysis. From supply analysis, I want you to study this in isolation. So I'll be taking in the next lecture. So friends, with this, finally, we are ending not only the chapter of supply analysis, but not only the today's lecture, but with this, we end the portion of economics for standard 12 for the academic year 20, uh, 2020, 21. 20 and 21, we are ending with this portion we have completed with the blessings of Indian Accounting Association Thane branch and special blessings from my three senior teachers: Chairman Professor Dr. Arvind Luar sir, General Secretary Line Professor Dr. Nishikant Jha sir, Treasurer Professor Dr. Kuldeep Sharma sir. Thank you very much to all my senior professors for helping us to complete this portion. Friends, thank you very much to all the students for participating in today's lecture. Thank you all very much for listening to me patiently and providing me this wonderful opportunity to share something with you. Friends, our vote of thanks will be incomplete if we do not thank the maker of the textbook. The study material of today's lecture is taken, entire study material is taken from Maharashtra State Bureau of Textbooks and Production and Curriculum Research, Pune. Although it is taken from the textbook of Maharashtra State Board, the topics are all over the India is the same. Very big thank you to Maharashtra State Bureau of Textbooks Production and Curriculum Research, Pune. Special thank you to the authors, publishers, and everyone who are involved in writing, printing, compiling, and publishing this wonderful study material and wonderful textbook. It is very useful to us. It is a wonderful study material. Thank you to Maharashtra State Bureau of Textbook Production and Curriculum, Pune. Once again, a very big thank you to my respected senior teachers. Thank you, Professor Dr. Arvind Loar sir, Chairman of Indian Accounting Association, Thane branch. Thank you, Lion Professor Dr. Nishikant Jha sir, General Secretary, Indian Accounting Association, Thane branch. Thank you, Professor Dr. Kuldeep Sharma sir, Treasurer, Indian Accounting Association, Thane branch. I am proud to be the student of Dr. Arvind Loar sir. I am proud to be the student of Dr. Nishikant Jha sir. I am proud to be the student of Dr. Kuldeep Sharma sir. And I consider myself really very fortunate that I have been given a wonderful opportunity by my senior teachers. Thank you very much. Thank you to all my respected senior teachers. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Sincere thank you goes to sincere boys. Thank you to Kanish Sharma sir. Thank you, Kanish bhai. Kanish bhai, are you there? Kanish bhai. Kanish bhai, are you available? Thank you to Vignesh bhai, Vignesh Pandey. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Arshal Rathod. Thank you, Mr. Ajit Yadav. Thank you, Ajit bhai. Thank you, Arshal bhai. Thank you, Vignesh bhai. And thank you, Kanish bhai, for your sincere efforts, hard
Yes,
work,
sir.
and support. Yes, thank you, Kanish bhai. Thank you very much. Just wanted to tell you thank you. Sorry for troubling you today. Thank you very much from the
No,
bottom
no,
of our
sir.
heart. Thank you very
Thank you,
much, sir.
sir.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
So, to all my students, I would once again like to thank everyone, all the students from Dahanu, all the students from Mumbai, Vasai, Virar, Palghar, Boisar, district, Palghar, Wangaon, Pordi, surrounding areas, Pune, Nagpur, Aurangabad, entire Maharashtra, and all over India. I would like to once again thank them for listening to me patiently and giving me this wonderful opportunity to share something with you. To all my students, I would request everyone continue your studies very nicely, very positivity, and please keep on smiling. Smile, don't take any tensions, things will fall properly at your place. Just keep on studying properly, and all will get well. Finally, last but not the least, I would like to thank all my family members, my Bapuji, my Babu, my parents, my Papa, Mummy, my younger brother, engineer Vishal Adia, and his wife, Pooja Vishal Adia, my younger brothers and students, Raj Bhuta and Yash Bhuta, and all my family members in Gujarat. I tell them thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting me ably and blessing me. Thank you very much. In the name of God, we end today's lecture. Thank you. Last but not the least, I thank all the parents of Danu, all the students of Danu, former students of Danu, for supporting me ably, for blessing me, and all my well wishers everywhere. Thank you very much. God is great. We end today's lecture. Almighty Lord has supported us a lot. Thank you, God. God is great. With this, I sign off today's lecture. Thank you. Wish you a very good night to all everyone. And with this, I exit the studio. Thank you very much. God is great.